These are the stock tires that come on the TTRs and the CRFs. Both bikes I had these tires on them, and they're crap. If you only rode your bike on the road, they're a great tire, but in the dirt, especially when it gets a little deep and sandy, the fronts had a tend to wash out pretty bad, and it kind of made, if you were riding hard, it made the bike a little sketchy. And I crashed the bike several times just because the front tire couldn't handle the terrain and what I was riding. So, upgraded. These are the Geomax MX33s, the Dunlops. And we got them, put them on yesterday. We did our first full day of riding with them. And it's amazing how much they grip. These tires were kicking up dirt, which from a 110, I didn't expect there to be enough power to really move any dirt, but the back would roost. I was riding behind my son and pretty much getting roosted from a little 110, and the front stick like glue. And you can see how deep the knobs are. They really dig in, you know, especially when you're in sand. Sand was like the worst for those tires, the stock tires. They just were so sketchy in deep sand when you were trying to turn. So as we continue to mod these pit bikes, we'll actually turn these little kids bikes into adult ridden pit bikes. This is one of the first mods I would say that you want to do is ditch the crap tires and get some good ones. Whether you get Dunlops or whatever, any kind of knobby that you're going to go to is going to be such an improvement over the stock tires. And like so far I've done the bars and the tires. Next project's going to be fork springs. We're going to take the forks apart, put heavier springs in there, and because that's the next week part of the bike. But I'll throw in some vids of us riding. The thing I want to add too is as a bigger, heavier person riding these bikes, you want to run a higher air pressure in your tires. So somewhere around 15 pounds is what you want to be running if you're using these as a pit bike and you're putting heavier riders on them. I'll also show you another mod I did, and that's, I bent 3 of these already, these brake levers, and these tusk ones I was getting, I think they're $6. They're pretty cheap, but I cut about, I don't know, maybe 1.5 inches off of it, and I've already crashed once, and being short, it didn't bend it, so I was happy with that. So if you get one and you're able to have, you know, you got enough for 2, maybe 3 fingers on the lever, and really that's all you need in my opinion. So if you're riding one, you're bending levers, try cutting it down a little bit, and or else just buy a bunch of extras. Like I said, they're only $6 for the tusk levers. So that's another mod I did. Definitely a great improvement, and the one nice thing about these bikes is, you know, you can get both tires, front and rear, for around $60, which, I mean, you can't even get one full-size motocross tire for that. So they're cheap to do mods on, and like I said, the next step in the evolution here as we mod these up is the fork springs for the front. You know, considering that, you know, as an adult you're probably 100 pounds heavier than the kid that's this bike was engineered for. So stay tuned. I got a lot of plans for this bike. I'm really gonna mod this thing out like crazy, and when I get done with it, it should be a really nice looking bike.